In this video, I'm going to Casper and take him through what's called the clover leaf. What I'm starting with here is I put the lead rope on Starry, and I'll take Starry through so Casper can watch and get an idea what this is about. So I did spend quite a bit of time with Starry, but of course I've cut it short for time's sake here. So Casper actually shows some interest and curiosity in what I'm doing with Starry. He attempts to follow Starry, but he gets stuck with that long rope. This leading exercise takes more precision than what I've done with Casper the last couple days. The thing is that you go into the box and then through and circle around. Now here I'm going to catch Casper. And this is the first time that he's actually run from me when I first started. So you can see he looks a little anxious and really does not want to be caught. But now I've taken the long line off and put the short line on. And as I attempt to say hello and greet him, he kind of snorts. He tosses his head up. That's a no, I want to get away. Now he's a little more calm. He's standing in the box. Now you'll see me move my wand at his haunches, and that's basically asking for him to take a step forward. Casper still will walk a few steps and then stop, and then sometimes he'll just turn his haunches so it's like he's turning and facing. And so I'll have Casper stop in the box and then ask for a start. And see how we circle around. It's kind of like a four-leaf clover. We circle around and then we stop with the horse in the box. Eventually I'll be able to walk beside Casper, but for now I get a better result, better connection, if I walk in front of him, facing him, and then wave my wand at his haunches to ask him to step forward when he stops. So we've gone around another circle, and then I stop him in the box. And of course he pulls away and says no. Now for him, this is a really good exercise because it's about starting and it's about stopping. And he has to be a little more precise than the work I've done with him the last couple days. And Starry comes up and he offers support. He wants to obviously play along with us. He wants to show Casper what to do. And so he just came up and he started working with both of us. Now, Casper's a little bit claustrophobic at the very beginning. Starry goes forward. And so you might see me tap Starry a little bit just because he's standing so close to me. And this really worked out perfectly because Casper can follow along with Starry. He can follow my lead. See there, I'm trying to get Starry to just not get so close to me, which is also good for Casper to see that I'm not using my little short wand as any kind of a whip or any kind of a device that's something to be afraid of. So this is the second part of doing the clover leaf. In the beginning, we stopped when Casper was inside the box. And now what we're doing is we're just walking through and doing the clover leaf. And Casper is doing fantastic. You know, chances are he is claustrophobic, but he's also being supported with Starry. And so he stops outside the box and he does his turn and face. And now he's stopping and saying no. And Starry just broke the rules. He's getting a little impatient. So I've stopped him there. Now this is the same work that we just did, but this is using the camera that I'm wearing so I can get pictures of Casper and Starry's facial expressions, and it's just a different view. You can see better when he kind of stutters, stops. You can see what I'm doing with my wand. You can see that Casper's ears are really active. He's surveying not just what he's doing, but everything in our whole environment. He's really smart. He's taking everything in. And he truly is a deep thinking kind of horse. It has to make sense to him. Being an Arabian, I believe, Arabians tend to get out there and move, and they'll just go for hours. And so that's probably what the person did, whoever worked with him in the past, is just asked him to go out there and move, move, move. And you can see Starry's kind of playing around here. So Casper's trying really hard. He's following along. He's really doing terrific. And for a short attention span, he's also staying on task, I think because Starry is there with us. And now he stops. I try not to tighten the rope, but sometimes he'll stop pretty suddenly and it just gets tight. Now you can see as I move, this is a Casper move. What he'll do is turn and face and hide his haunches. So he steps over with the hind end. You can see in the very background there are some deer in the field back there. And that was that's what got their attention and why they both stopped. And here is Casper's move. You can see that even though I would love for him to just walk beside me, anytime I stop, he'll turn and face. He'll give me his nose, but he'll step over and turn his haunches away. And this is how he says no, is I can get close, but he'll toss up his nose. It's like that's the first part of really wanting to get away. You'll see me spend a lot of time trying to put my hands on him, do a little bit of body work. There's a point there on the neck that is governing vessel 21, and it's a really important acupressure point for the whole front end. It will relax the whole front end. And so I've done this with my wand and another stick that I use. But when I use my hand, of course, he can feel the energy that comes from my hand. And the intent is to get a release like a lick and chew. but he starts to fidget before that point. So he'll fidget by tossing his nose up or turning away, backing up. So we haven't gotten to that point yet where it's very easy for him to just relax into that point and get a really nice release. I always greet him with my hand first to get permission. And now he's on his right side. It's much more difficult to allow me to come up and touch him. And so I'm taking extra measures. I'm just putting my fingers on the halter, encouraging him to just stand. Now my fingers are on a point right at the TMJ. This is a really important point on the horse because it relaxes the jaws. There's more proprioceptive nerves going through the TMJ than anywhere else in the body, and you can see that that actually did access the nerves. Now, one thing to watch with Casper is that his ears really do move around a lot, but you'll notice if you watch his nostrils is that he stops and does some deep breathing in. Sometimes he'll look like he's holding his breath, and then other times he's breathing really deeply. So this is a point where he's going internal and processing a little bit. And he still did not come to me when I asked, so I'm giving him just another moment to do a process and maybe a release. And there, he's just backing up. So another thing is that when he stops and tosses his chin up and then takes some steps back, that's also him telling me that he really just needs some more time. Just give him some more time. There he's really deep breathing, and see there he kind of sprays me, and there is a lick and chew. So that is fantastic because he does not often even do the lick and chew, and that's what's happening there, lick and chew. And he's getting some head shaking today. There's the big nostril flare. So that's quite a bit of releasing. And maybe he does not like to lick and chew. Maybe the head shake is going to be a bigger release for him. You can see he's also showing some signs of anxiety. Probably what he would love to do is get off the line and go away somewhere and do a lovely roll. But that's not in our work schedule yet. So that's him kind of getting a little bit anxious that he really is done. So this is how I do the work here, is I take that long line, I put it on and take the short line off. And when I first came here, I put the short line on and then took the long line off. At this point, if he has a halter on, I probably could actually go up and catch him and be able to put a rope on. But I don't want to add any stress to where he's currently at. So thank you for watching this video.